Now we're rolling back again. Damage Plan MMA podcast. Jason and Zack, we are back. I need a little break. We can start scratching some records. Did you ever break dance when you were a kid? Was that around in my age of myself by break dancing?
Dude, I don't dance. I'm not. I have zero rhythm. I'm the whitest dude you've ever seen. I barely danced at my own wedding, dog.
I might challenge you on that one. But I did used to do a mean backspin in elementary school.
I bet you did.
Many moons ago. Yeah, many moons ago. Hey, shout out to freaking Clay Collard the other night.
Made it look easy.
His boxing is on point. Did you listen to Jeremy Stevens after his post fight?
No.
He gave Clay a lot of props. He said props to Clay he's like most guys won't stand and bang with me like that. And
dude, he ate some shots from Jeremy.
Ate
shots, and he just kept going.
I was watching it with Pedro, and we're sitting there looking at it. I'm like, how in the hell is he taking those shots?
Just eating.
But you could tell as soon as he started getting in his stance and started throwing those straight shots down the middle, Stevens had zero answer for it.
Well, so here's the truth of it.
Yeah.
Clay is a better version of Jeremy Stevens.
They
fight very similar, and they both have a lot of the same similar traits, and Clay's just better at it than Jeremy. I mean, we were both very confident on Clay, right? And,
yeah.
And our wagers suggested that, and these casuals, Jeremy Stevens from the UFC, dude.
Same thing with Pettis.
Dude, Clay's right there with all those guys. You talk about guys in that weight class. You talking about 155, dude. A lot of those dangerous, scary guys, Clay would be a problem for in the UFC.
He's just tough. They must have really game planned for Stevens, because did you notice every time Stevens came in, Clay was grabbing the head and throwing the knee?
Yeah.
Every time. They must have saw something, but he must have dip his head. I wasn't paying that much attention, but he threw that a lot.
Yeah, I mean, and the other thing is, for his age, his experience level and everything, he just.
Oh, yeah.
People talk, he might not have the sexiest record in the world, but he's fought everybody, and he was fighting big names when he was a young kid in Utah for the Showdown days. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Those lessons are invaluable. And they talk about how unique he's get this kind of unique camp up in Burley, Idaho with his one coach and everything. And it's like he's connected with a coach that at least gets him, right?
Yeah.
And he's already got the experience and the tools. I think as long as he goes in there with a good game plan, like he's a problem for all of them.
Yeah. You think he's got a good shot of winning it this year?
I thought he did last year.
I thought he got screwed on that freaking
that quote unquote beat him, lost in the finale, right?
Did you see his fight?
Yeah.
So he fought and was getting his butt kicked, and then threw that bitch, slept the dude. I was like, oh, because he was getting worked on his feet. That guy was piecing him up.
Oh, yeah.
He was cruising to 30-27.
Hey, shout out Clint Williams. I thought he did great. Short notice fight, 3 different opponents, eye poke, everything. I thought he was winning the fight. I actually just heard somebody say, I think he was losing, but maybe I should go back and rewatch it. But from what I saw, I thought he had enough control time to win the second and third round till he got caught. And it happens, but
so Big Kindred getting ready for a fight. Kindred's getting ready for a fist fight.
Yeah.
Rod signed up for his first jiu-jitsu tournament. Did you see that? I think that's freaking awesome, man.
Good job, Rod.
Go give Rod a follow, man. He's on his journey. I love it. Rod gets that side control pressure on somebody. They ain't getting up.
Oh, it's
sink that arm triangle choke in there, Rod. Pressure, Rod. Pressure. All right. One more question before we get into break down the UFC fight. Who do you got in Fury and Dillian Whyte this weekend? Does Dillian Whyte have a chance?
No.
Fury's just going to knock him out. Sounds like this is Fury's last fight.
Really?
Yeah, I heard an interview. It said he might be hanging it up after this. Maybe I caught it at the end and listened wrong, but I heard wrong. But I could have swore he said he's done after
I don't
this.
pay attention enough to boxing to really know.
I keep forgetting. See, I pay attention to the bigger stuff.
I'll watch him.
Carl, what's up, man?
Yeah, what's up, Carl? I'll watch the fight, but I don't really understand what's going on in boxing.
Will you do the?
Sorry, Carl. Carl's gonna lecture me again and put the young buck in line. But you know what sucks is nobody cares. So okay, so I've been on this rant. There's this guy on TikTok that keeps complaining about how there's UFC fights every weekend and they're not good cards. Like this weekend is not a good card, and the UFC sandbagging and blah blah blah, and kind of going off. And I'm like, I'd rather have fights.
Yeah.
Like the alternative is to not have fights, right? It's not like the UFC could be making better cards and aren't. Like, they have 700 fighters on their roster. They have to, by contract, they have to offer all those fighters 3 fights a year. That's in the UFC contract. That's 2,100 fights. So they have to offer 2,100 fights. They're not all going to happen, but, they put on fights, 45 weekends out of the year, 10 to 12 fights a weekend. That's still only 450 to 500 fights a year that they're putting on.
Yeah.
They got to put on so many fights. And even if they aren't big names, if you're not entertained, that's a you problem. I've never watched a UFC card since we've been doing this and been like, man, I wish I had that 3 or 4 hours back.
Yeah.
Every time it's like, that fight was awesome. It was like, that one was boring, but the other 2 were awesome. We talk. Sorry. Well, the reason why is the UFC is gaining traction is because guess what? There's 2 to 3 big boxing fights per year. Not even cards. Name one person on the undercard of this.
Tommy Fury.
Because his little brother's on it.
Because his little brother, that's it.
Yeah, right. But you know what I mean? There's not even one real boxing card of the year. And there's maybe 3 or 4 big money fights a year in boxing.
If that.
It's come on. How could you be so critical of the UFC for doing what they're doing when the alternative that we have is boxing? They can't even put together a full fight card. That's
the problem. And I think you and I touched on it a week or 2 ago where UFC card, you're crazy if you don't get to the UFC event early and watch those prelim fights because usually they're freaking bangers. Even the early prelims, the stadium's empty. That's when everybody. This isn't boxing. I don't think people realize that. That's the problem with boxing is those early fights. Nobody cares about them because they suck. They're horrible matchups. You got some guy that's 20-0, trying to make a name, and he's fighting some guy that's 2-10, and he knocks him out in 30 seconds. It's just, I pay attention to it still because I like the bigger, like the Earl Spence Crawford fight. Like that entertains me because I follow those guys.
Will I watch it? Absolutely. It'll be highly entertaining, and I know it's going to be fun.
But I won't watch the undercard.
No, we're going to watch that one fight.
Yep. I bet you the undercard is horrible where any UFC card, obviously we're diehards, but we're sitting in front of the TV for 4 hours.
LFA's better product than boxing.
Yeah. Isn't a fight. Yeah, exactly. See, we're watching high level pro fights every weekend.
Carl, are you coming to Fierce Fighting Championships on April 30th?
Yeah. Get out there, Carl. He's going to choke you out, dude.
Okay.
You're like, I'll just tap. It's fine. No big deal.
I don't care. I'll let a black belt choke me out anytime. Who I don't let choke me out is people like you, Jason.
Hey, how bad... Never mind. I won't talk about it. I was going to talk about the jiu-jitsu tournament you did, but we won't talk about it. It's all right.
Why? We can talk about it.
Oh, I was just going to say when the guy thought
I didn't get choked unconscious.
Well, when the black belt, he's like, when you told him what belt you were, and he's like, really? I thought my jiu-jitsu game was just on point that day.
It's the funniest story ever. We go in my no-gi bracket. It was just me, this killer black belt, and Tyler Thomason, who's a legit purple belt, who's probably dang near closer to being a black belt than he is purple. Like it's probably a brown belt and stuff, whatever. And then me, little blue belt, and the black belt mounted guillotines me in 50-something seconds, right? And gets up and he's all pumped about it. And then later finds out I'm a blue belt and he's like, oh.
Yeah, thought my game was on. I'm just a blue belt.
Don't worry, Jason. Zack, I'll tap Zack out for you. Well, that's never happened, and it won't ever happen. You know what? I don't think Mason has ever legitimately tapped me out with a jiu-jitsu move. He's only tapped me with fat guy moves.
Tyler's a sandbagger. Fat guy moves. Oh man.
Just like suffocates me, like puts his belly on my face so I can't breathe and stuff.
Yeah, that's not cool. Not cool. Should we cruise through this card really quick? So we have 3 more Fighter Spotlight podcasts after this. So we have a pretty busy day. We're going to jam through this card because we got to be done at 2 for another Fighter Spotlight. Dalton Williams is coming on. And then we got Eric Iman coming on at 2:30 and then Cole Schaefer at 4 o'clock. So we will, he catches you with the dark shows all the time, he said.
He can't even reach.
He's going to double leg you.
Mason, are you coming tonight? Oh, man.
All right. Let's break this bad boy down. First fight of the night in the welterweight division. We got Dean Barry versus Mike Jackson. Dean Barry, the snipers, 4-1. He stands 5'10", no reach listed. Mike Jackson is 0-1. He stands 6'2" with a 74-inch reach. This
is
fight,
the worst fight. This might be the worst fight in UFC history.
This is so. Jackson loses to CM Punk 3 years ago.
No, he beat CM Punk.
Did he beat him by decision? Oh yeah, he beat.
It was a no contest because he popped for weed.
That's right. But yeah, but it's this Dean Barry guy is making his UFC debut. He's 4-1 as a pro. He's a minus 1,200 favorite,
and he's usually a featherweight fighting at welterweight.
Wow.
That's how little he thinks of Mike Jackson.
I don't even know where to go.
I'll go up 2 weight classes to fight this guy for my UFC debut.
Yeah, I don't even know where to go. I don't even know where to start on this one. I mean, I'm going to pick Barry, but you
Mike
go
Jackson's
ahead.
Jackson's going to lose. Don't anybody bet on this, though. Don't do it.
Don't bet on it. I'm not at those odds. Come on, you can't.
There isn't an MMA fight in the world that's worth minus 1,200.
No, not a guy making his UFC debut. I mean, maybe Khabib. Or Valanchenka.
Valanchenka? You mean Valentina Shevchenko?
Valentina, yeah, I just combined the two. He got scared and tapped out before I was able to put him down. Damn, he's just outing you. He is just outing you.
Mason?
He's just outing you.
He comes onto my podcast and lies.
It just
comes onto my podcast and lies like that.
Oh, man. All right. So next up, we got Marcin Prakneel against Felipe Linz. Marcin is 15-5, stands 6'3" with a 74-inch reach. Linz is 14-5, stands 6'2" with a 78-inch reach. Linz coming off of 2 straight losses, and Prakneel is coming off of 2 straight wins. Pretty even fight odds wise. What do you like on this one, Zach?
I like Prakneel. I think he's just a little bit better.
I'm going to follow you on that one.
I don't. With Felipe Linz, it's like he has some good wins, right?
I mean,
he won the PFL, like it's not bad, but it's lost.
I mean, he lost to Arlovsky last 2 years ago, which Arlovsky was fighting pretty good 2 years ago. And then he loses to Tanner Bowser, and Tanner Bowser was doing pretty good in 2020. But look at all of last year, how many bouts he had canceled.
I know.
Rothwell, Mays, OSP, a Russian.
And then, but Prakneel, that Khalil Roundtree win looks really good.
Yeah.
It looks really good. Ike Villanueva, okay, he wins, but it's like, but losing to Sam Alvey, that doesn't look good anymore, So it's like, I don't know, but Prakneel, I think he wins. This is another probably stay away from me. I don't love either way.
All right. I'll follow you. Next up in the welterweight division, Preston Parsons versus Evan Elder. Parsons is 9-3, stands 5'11" with a 72-inch reach. Elder is 7-0, standing 5'9" with a 71-inch reach. Oh man. Elder making his UFC debut.
Yeah.
What do you like in this one? This is another one. Fight odds are pretty even. Coin flip.
Yeah, Evan Elder, he's taking this fight on short notice, right after Luis Corisco had to pull out. He's 0-1 in the UFC. Evan Elder, he hot young prospect. He was in fight camp for another FAC fight, and he hopped on, and then he got the opportunity to hop on this card and he did it. So it's not like it's a short notice fight where he wasn't even in camp. Like, he's been in camp getting ready for a fight, and he's training out of Sanford MMA. He's a pretty small welterweight, I feel like, at 5'9" too.
Yeah, that's a little small because he's going to be he's a little bit of a disadvantage on the actually only a 1-inch reach advantage, believe it or not.
Yeah, my gut's telling me Evan Elder, but I think Preston Parsons gets the win.
Elder actually has more total fights. If you add in, he had a pretty long amateur career where
his only loss was to Luis Pena.
Yeah, and Parsons only had 3 fights in his amateur. This one's. I mean, the odds are right on. Like, flip a coin. I'm gonna go with you. I'm gonna take the guy at dog money at Elder, and I'm gonna go with the kid making his UFC debut.
Yeah.
Why not?
It's gonna be.
What do we got to lose? Not money, because I ain't betting on it. All right. Next up in the bantamweight division, we got. I told you I wasn't gonna try to pronounce this guy's name. The Mongolian Murderer versus Cameron Elsey. Mongolian Murderer. What?
Ari Kuling.
Ari Kuling. He is 20-11, 5'7" with a 69-inch reach. Else is 10-5. He stands 5'9" with a 71-inch reach. The Mongolians, he's a pretty big favorite, coming off of 2 losses.
The Mongolian Murderer should win this fight, but I do see value. I think he wins this fight, but I do see value in Cameron Lease in this one.
Ooh.
I would caution if you're going to bet the Mongolian, because Cameron at least, he had a pretty good showing against Kyler Phillips, I felt like, in his UFC debut. He was on a pretty good run before that.
Yeah, he was on a really good run before that. Cage Warriors guy, Bellator guy.
This is kind of a hard one to pick.
He's a little older,
but experienced.
2-inch reach advantage, 2-inch height advantage as well. For do we see an upset?
It's possible.
I'm going to go with the Mongolian.
I think he wins.
No money involved for me.
Correct.
All right. Next up in the light heavyweight division, we got Tyson Pedro against Ike Villanueva. Pedro 7-3, stands 6'3" with a 79-inch reach. Villanueva is 18-13, stands 6'1" with a 73-inch reach.
Tyson Pedro.
You were all pumped up for Tyson Pedro.
I love Tyson Pedro. He's Tai Tuivas's cousin.
He's just going to come in there and just murder Ike then, right?
Yeah, he is.
Dude, don't sleep on Ike, man.
I've already slept on him.
You're saying. Oh, I'm going with Pedro. I'm not going
to Pedro with the second round knockout.
Yeah, I'm going with Pedro on this one as
well. Look at the Pedro prop on that one for knockout inside the distance.
Okay. Best. Let's see here. What do we got? Tyson Pedro. Wow, he's a huge favorite against Ike Villanueva. Ike can bang, man. Ike can bang. Pedro by TKO KO is -115. I kind of like.
Pedro by TKO KO is -115.
Dude, everything, all the money. Pedro wins inside the distance is -330. 330. What is that telling you?
He's gonna finish him.
And Pedro, even by submission, is +180. How crazy is that?
How many submission wins does Pedro have?
Pedro wins in round 1 is -125. The disrespect for Ike Villanueva is just Tyson Pedro. Let's see how many submission wins he has. He's only got 10 fights.
I know.
Loss. He had a Kimura 3 years ago.
Oh, okay. There's one.
There's one. Yeah,
That's
he choked out Khalil Roundtree in the UFC.
Oh.
He's got that rear naked choke, Stephen Warby rear naked choke, another rear naked choke, guillotine choke. He's got some submissions. He's got some submissions.
I think it's a TKO.
TKO. I'm with you. And we move right along. All right, next up in the welterweight division, we got Dwight Grant against Sergey. Wow. Honda. We're just going to call him Honda. Dwight, the body snatcher's 11-4, stands 6'1" with a 76.5 inch reach. Sergey Honda is 27-6-1. That is his nickname on Tapology, by the way, Zach.
I know.
6'1" with a 74-inch reach. You know my rule. I'm not betting against the Russian.
No, not only am I not betting against the Russian, the fact that Dwight Grant lost a split decision to Francisco Trinaldo on his last fight, that's alarming to me.
And he's almost 38 years old.
Yeah, give me the young, hungry Russian.
Oh, damn it.
What?
Oh, I thought we had some spam going on. Maybe we don't. So we're both on the Russian. We're not even going to happening? I don't know.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good. Did you see? I just got some comments on the YouTube thing.
Oh no.
Next up. Oh, this looks like a catchweight. Yep, catchweight 190. Jordan Wright against Marc-Andre Barraroot. Power bar. The Beverly Hills Ninja is 12-2, stands 6'2" with a 77-inch reach. Power bar is 13-5. He stands 6'1" with a 73-inch reach. Who do you got? Who do you like? Both coming off of losses.
Who do you like in this one?
I don't know, man, because Jordan Wright, he's one of those guys that I feel like he has the potential to be good, but he
never gone the distance.
He never.
Somebody's getting knocked out.
Yeah,
so
he bangs.
He comes forward. He has that little like side taekwondo style, but he blitzes forward and he leaves. He goes for knockouts, but he also leaves himself open to be knocked out.
Oh,
go by the trend. Wins one, lose one, win one, lose one. He's going to win with the first round knockout this fight.
You know what? 4-inch reach. I think he catches him.
Yeah.
I think Wright ends up winning this fight. He's going to catch him.
So do I.
All right. We're just cruising right along. So we got a podcast here in 13 minutes. Next up, main card, Charles Air Jourdain against Lando Veneta. Air Jourdain is 12-4-1, stands 5'9" with a 69-inch reach. Groovy is 12-5-2. He stands 5'9" with a 71-inch reach. Odds are about a coin flip on this one. Who do you like on this one?
I don't just like. I like Lando Veneta.
Damn it! I thought I was gonna get.
No, Veneta's a problem. Like he's one of those guys. He's really violent. He likes to fight. I think he gives him some problems.
Yeah, I'm sticking with Lando too.
I do like Charles Jourdain though.
Next up in the heavyweight division, we got King Kong Alexander Romanov against Chase the Vanilla Gorilla Sherman. Romanov
King Kong smashes him.
Oh, you thought a 12-0 favorite was big? How about a 1,200 minus 1,200 favorite was big in the UFC? How about a minus 1,400, Zach?
It's because Romanov, first round submission, knockout, whatever.
And then he bear hugs and slams his
coach.
Yep, I'm on it.
I love that call. Veneta Jourdain might be the fight of the night for sure.
Yeah, that's gonna be a banger. Let's see what the props are on this one. Oh, there's none. There's like no props up on this fight.
No, because it's so obvious of what's going to happen. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
And don't forget, Chase Sherman got handed his walking papers, and then they needed somebody, and they brought him back for this.
Gotta think there's more heavyweights out there. We got one fight next weekend. Just saying. Next up, we got Macy Barber against Montana De La Rosa. Barber, the future is 9-2. She stands 5'5" with a 65-inch reach. De La Rosa, 12-6-1. She stands 5'7" with a 68-inch reach. Who do you like in this one? Flip flop. You like De La Rosa, don't you?
I think I like Macy Barber on this one.
Really? You like the future, Macy Barber?
I think a couple camps now at Team Alpha Male. I think she puts it together.
So I'm gonna go De La Rosa on this one, and I'll tell you why after. I don't want to talk about it on air.
That's you can't do that.
I just
I'll tell you about it after I do about it. That's
well,
the most
I just
chicken crap thing you've ever done on this podcast.
Okay, so I got a chance to go to Team Alpha Male, right?
Yeah, you saw Macy Barber and you didn't like what you saw.
Look. I mean, I don't want to make assumptions. I just you see a fighter train, right? And you're like, okay, that guy's he's all in, right? You know what I mean? I didn't get that vibe. And I could be wrong. I could be dead wrong. She's probably going to listen to us and be like, who's these freaking idiots?
She's probably never listening to us.
Probably never listening to it. So who cares? But I just didn't feel like, I just didn't get that vibe. Like she was like all in.
This is so funny.
And I could be dead wrong and she could just start De La Rosa, but I'm going to go De La Rosa.
Okay.
Just my opinion.
You're so funny, dude.
How do we, Clay Guida, this is the co-main event. Clay Guida versus Claudio Pulas. Guida 37-21. He's on the last fight of his contract too. I saw of his 4-fight deal. This is his last fight.
Okay, then he's going to get another contract.
You think he's going to win?
He's on a 2-fight winning streak, and he arguably in his only loss doesn't have him on a 4-fight winning streak is a split decision to Mark Madsen, who hasn't lost. And quite frankly,
that would have been a 3.
I thought Clay Guida won that fight.
He's going to bring it. This is a coin flip fight.
Yeah, give me Clay Guida. Give me Clay Guida.
Okay. I'm not betting against Clay.
No.
Not betting against him. He's a dog. All right. Next up in the main event, the strawweight division, we got Amanda Lemos against Jessica Andrade. Lemos is 11-1-1. She stands 5'4" with a 65-inch reach. Andrade 22-9. She stands 5'1" with a 62-inch reach. Who do you like? What do you got? Is Andrade going to be too much for her?
I need to preface that. I'm picking Clay Guida as a fan on this one.
Yeah.
I feel like Claudio is actually going to win the fight.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, I just want to preface with that. Yeah. Anyways, to the main event.
Yeah.
This is a huge step up for Amanda Lemos.
Huge.
We're going to find out real quick. Here's the problem that I see with Lemos. She physically is imposing to her opponents. And she's fighting the one girl that can fight her style better than her.
That has more experience fighting that style too.
I think Jessica Andrade beats her handily. I could see Lemos coming out and like on fire a little bit, and then as the fight wears on, the experience and veteran cage time and everything that Andrade has. We need to remember, like, Andrade is the last person to beat Rose Namajunas. Like,
yeah, but was it real? I mean,
dude, she almost beat her in the rematch.
Yeah, that's true.
It was a split decision.
Yeah, that is true. That is very true.
Jessica Andrade is really freaking good.
I want to pick
so what? Her losses is a split decision to Rose, and then she lost to Valentina, who everybody loses to.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find something for Lemos. Like, I'm trying to find where
it's not there.
Andrade, she's been on a tear. She's looked good. Even in her losses, she's looked really good. Well, except the Shevchenko loss, but she makes everybody look bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Andrade. I can't go. I don't think she first round KO. I don't know about that, Mason.
I think she does.
You think so?
Yeah, I hate agreeing with the belly smasher, but he might be
the belly smasher, the Darce choker.
No, he wouldn't know a Darce choke if it slapped him in the face.
Oh man. All right. I am that's it. We'll wrap this up. We'll jump on another podcast, get Dalton Williams fighter spotlight. Oh, he's gonna triangle you. He said he's going to triangle you. Just saying. I want to come up and watch.
Come watch.
I want to come watch.
You can watch, and you can come back and report on the podcast if you can actually get me in anything other than a fat man joke.
Do I get a pass to talk about the training on the podcast?
I just want to point this out. I've done it before, but I'm just going to point it out on air.
Yeah.
Him picking on me is a greater weight difference than me picking on a 125er at our gym. Just like to point that out.
Ooh. Okay.
Quite a bit bigger than me. And if he couldn't tap me, that would be embarrassing.
Oh man, I gotta see this. You guys gotta record this. I think you should record it. Make a TikTok.
Sure.
Make a TikTok of Mason, even just trying to do it. I want to see him attempt to do it.
Not happening, dog.
All right, we out of here. We're gonna jump on this other podcast real quick. Thanks for tuning in. We out.